A toxic work culture changing how test scores are reported and concerns over how tax dollars are spent. The Maryland State Department of Education has recently come under fire.
And as Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, the state school board has now decided to delay a decision on whether to offer Superintendent Mohammed Choudhury another contract.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call today's meeting to order.
Maryland School Superintendent Mohammed Choudhury was absent at Tuesday's State Board of Education meeting.
Sir, can you just tell us where Mr. Choudhury is? Why he's not here today?
He's on vacation.
He is on vacation?
Even though, on this day, the board was scheduled to vote on renewing Choudhury's contract. That is largely why former Maryland State Department of Education employee Robert Eccles was at the meeting, because he had a lot to say about MSDE's leadership under Choudhury.
Who's taking responsibility for all these glaring leadership failings? I respectfully ask the board to rethink its working definition of brilliant and transformational leadership.
Eccles spoke during public comment.
Transformational leaders actually lead people and don't disparage them. They invite feedback and can take criticism without retaliation. Brilliant leaders prioritize delivering on time. They care more about collaboration than control.
Choudhury's current contract ends on June 30th, 2024. The school board could have offered him a 4-year contract Tuesday, but instead chose to continue deliberating. Choudhury has publicly stated he wants to remain on the job, but over the last few months, his future at MSDE has been challenged.
The ongoing unacceptable practices at MSD further embarrass the whole state.
Eccles, in May, first addressed the state board, testifying that 10 former MSDE employees recently wrote letters to the board calling for an independent investigation into what he called a toxic workplace culture, which is leading to high attrition rates. Choudhury's office responded in a statement saying Eccles' information is incorrect and misleading.
And you've heard stories about a toxic culture in MSDE. That's correct.
But it's not just Eccles complaining about the work environment at MSDE.
That's right.
Brian Thompson runs the blog Informed Carroll County. A petition he posted on change.org calling for Choudhury to resign quickly gathered more than 2,500 signatures.
Because I believe the Maryland State Department of Education is in a worse place now than it's ever been, and I don't see it getting any better.
This whistleblower, who we agreed not to identify for fear of retaliation, signed Thompson's petition. This person worked in a leadership position at MSDE under Choudhury.
This is nothing but a cover-up.
And it's dishonest. It's hiding the ball. It's hiding the truth from parents.
Lawmakers, parents, and special interest groups like the Maryland Public Policy Institute have also spoken out.
This comes after the agency.
Project Baltimore, in April, broke the news that the Maryland State Department of Education, without informing the public, changed how it reports test scores, hiding much of the data behind asterisks. Parents and taxpayers can no longer see how many schools are performing on state tests. When Project Baltimore first tried to speak with Choudhury about it, he locked himself behind a door.
Mr. Choudhury, Chris Papps with Fox 45. Can we ask you a couple questions about your department removing test scores from the website?
At the following state board meeting, 1 month later in May, Choudhury did agree to speak with us.
No, we're
For 5 minutes, I gotta meet with the president.
But many of our questions
Yeah, just give me a moment.
were not answered.
This has all been laid out for you.
There's also this January audit of MSDE, released by the Office of Legislative Audits. The report issued 9 findings, ranging from issues with cybersecurity and bidding contracts to how MSDE approves state grants. The audit also found MSDE did not properly monitor how school systems use funding for the Blueprint, Maryland's education overhaul. But similar to other issues, MSDE declined an interview, but said in a statement, those assertions are false.
I naively expected this body would be spurred to conduct a third-party investigation after receiving first-hand accounts of abuse, harassment, and intimidation in a toxic workplace.
Eccles told Fox 45 he spoke at this meeting because he wants the state board to know what is happening at MSDE before it votes on Choudhury's contract. Because Eccles says a lot is at stake.
This current MSD playbook will doom the blueprint to fall short of our expectations and cause many, many educational dreams to be deferred. Thank you.
I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.